Hi there. So it's nice to see that you have sent us this essay for correction. Let's take a look at what you have written here. First of all, let's look at the topic. It's some people think that it is fine for professional sportsmen and sportswomen to misbehave on or off the field as long as they are playing well. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Okay, so it's pretty clear they want you either to agree or disagree. There is no sort of in between. So let's see what you said. It is a widely held belief that misbehaving in sports, we don't say in sports ground, we say, let's see, on the field perhaps. So it is a widely held belief that misbehaving on the field or in public, no, you can't say that either. Because then you say here, look, you say by sports person. So we really have to change around quite a bit of the grammar here. Let's try it one more time, okay? So it is a widely held belief that poor behavior on the field or in public by a sports person can be justified because of their achievements for the nation, while others not oppose it, but others disagree. Okay? I completely disagree with the given statements, since it has many negative impacts on oneself as well as for the country, which will be discussed in the following paragraphs with relevant examples, plural. Okay, even with the corrections that I made, it's not entirely ideal. It does need a little tweaking. It does need a little fixing. Because you said here with given statements. Well, you didn't have just, what are you saying here? When you say with given statements, you had two different statements here. You said some people think this, but some people think this. So when you disagree with the given statements, it's as if you are saying you disagree with both of those views. But that doesn't really make sense, does it? So you have to make it clear which view you disagree with, okay? So you can't say with the given statements. You have to make it clear. I completely agree that sports people are justified for whatever they do. Or I completely disagree that sports people must be held to a higher standard, okay? Make it clear, because the way it's written here, it's definitely not clear. Let's move on. Firstly, athletes are very famous in their nation or sometimes in the whole world. So, comma, many people are inspired by them and follow them as a role model. If he or she, who is he or she? The people, the athletes, it's not clear. Be careful when you use pronouns. Definitely use them, but make sure it's clear what they refer to. If the athlete is impolite in nature, either on or off the field, it leads to downgrading, ing, their image. No, you can't say that either. It leads to, okay, how about this? It leads to downgrading their image in the minds of their fans or country people. This is also shameful for the country, as he or she represents himself or herself on behalf of the nation. Okay. Obviously, it had a lot of mistakes as far as the grammar is concerned. We fixed the grammar, but I still think that it's very underdeveloped as a paragraph. Okay, one of the problems with this paragraph is that you didn't have a topic sentence. I began reading it and I didn't know what the paragraph was about. So I had to keep reading it in order to understand what your central idea is. And you don't want that to happen. It's really important to have a topic sentence that makes the central idea clear from that very first sentence. So in other words, you could have had a topic sentence here saying something like, it is important for athletes to have good behavior regardless of how well they play. Okay, so make it clear that this is what you're talking about. That would have done this, okay? And then ideally you would have another sentence to kind of finish this off and say, just like as a conclusion, just therefore, an athlete does not represent only him or herself, but also his team, his region, and his nation. Okay? That would have worked a little better. Let's see what you did here. Furthermore, the behavior of sports people leads to destruction of their career. Okay, not it leads, but it can lead, because I'm not saying that all athletes behave badly, but some do, and when they do, it can be rather detrimental. So it's very important that you hedge what you say and that you're not absolute in some of the things that you write. So, furthermore, the behavior of sports people can lead to the destruction of their career. To justify, sometimes they might not get the chance to play in the next tournament as a result of their bad manners during a match or in public places. They must control their anger or emotions to preserve and maintain their good image. For example, a recent survey conducted by an eminent sports scientist, David Wisely, revealed that 70% of athletes did not get a chance to play in next events for many years, and from them, 10% were completely banned from playing their sport on behalf of their country because of their unstable behavior. Okay, let's move on. Nevertheless, they face, who's they? You've got a new paragraph here, and I don't know who this they is, so make it clear. Say sportsmen, sports people. Let's try it again. Nevertheless, sports people face lots of competition every year, either within their country or internationally, so they play under pressure, and as a result, they behave impolitely, L-Y, sometimes. However, we never start sentences with but. It is only acceptable if they are rarely making that mistake due to solid reasons. To conclude, although athletes are very important for their country, as their achievements make us proud, they must behave politely at every place and with everyone. Okay, so here's the thing. The good news is that your essay was well organized. Your paragraphing was mostly accurate. Okay, there was one problem with it that we'll talk about. You did some good things in terms of your structure. Your essay was clear. So it was coherent, it was clear. I understood what you were talking about. You made your viewpoint clear. As I was reading it, I was familiar with what you were trying to say. So in a lot of ways, you did a lot of good things, okay? However, there were a lot of grammatical mistakes, a lot, okay? Now, the good news is that those grammatical mistakes didn't make this difficult to read. It wasn't difficult to understand, but it did slow me down and it did keep me from getting the meaning as quickly as I could have and should have. Another big problem with this essay was with that introduction, where you said, I completely disagree with given statements. Not only is it grammatically wrong, but I just didn't know what your position was. I didn't know if you agreed or disagreed and with which statement. One statement, not both, okay? So I had to read the whole thing to understand what your position was, and that's going to keep you from getting a band 7 and higher, okay? So this for me needed more work. You needed to talk about more. You needed to embellish it, support it, make it rounder, make it fuller. Here, I think that the grammar and the vocabulary kept you from being precise. Your grammar and vocabulary kept you from saying exactly what you wanted to say. There are ways around that. In the course, it's one of the things we talk about. We give you lots of sentence structures and lots of vocabulary to help you improve this and be more precise, have a higher level that can get your meaning across in a much better, much more fluent and fluid way. We generally disagree with having a 5th paragraph here. I really disagree with this for a whole lot of reasons. Your essay, it said to you this or this. They didn't ask you to talk about both, so it's a good idea to talk about just one. This paragraph really should not have existed. You shouldn't have had it at all. It didn't help you. It was in the wrong place. It was too underdeveloped, so I would have absolutely left it out, okay? You didn't need it, and you should have kept it out. So basically, I think that you've got some good elements to your writing. There's definitely some good things happening, but there are also some things that I really think need a little work, a little correction, a little revision, and a little support. So I would love to see you on the course, see you understanding how to write your essays, how to structure them. I think the template and all the sentence structures that we have, all the guidance in the course will really, really help you. See if that's something you can sign up for. I really think it will benefit your writing. You'll see a huge change immediately. Okay, so hopefully we'll see that happening. I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing more of your essays, so good luck.